think it's our first game, so we're not gonna be perfect. It showed things that we have to work on. That's the point of exhibition. So we just got to come out, come in practice, get ready to work on the things we need to work on. But overall, I think we had fun.
And how's it feel to be back on the court after last season coming back?
Yeah, I think we love McKale. Our fans are special. It's awesome to play here. We've been waiting since we lost here last year to UCLA to come back and run through the fire and just have fun. So we were just talking about having fun and coming out here. We know we're not going to be perfect. We know we're going to have things to work on. We're going to make a lot of mistakes, but that's how you grow.
And what did West Texas show in the first quarter that you guys were able to kind of correct and blow them out in the rest of the game?
Yeah, I think our transition defense needs work. You can definitely see that they were hitting a lot of threes in transition. They came out ready to play. They came out aggressive and kind of anticipated that underdog. So I think, yeah, they're a very good team.
And you talked about things to work on turnovers were kind of an issue today. How do you plan on fixing that?
Yeah, I think just slowing down, not rushing. We got a lot of new people out there trying to understand our system, understand what our coaches are looking for. It's a different pace. We got freshmen out there learning college basketball, and I know the shoes that they were in. I was in that same place last year. So just coming out, slowing down, being confident, and understand that we got each other's back.
You kind of started off hot, going 3 for 3 from behind the arc. What do you attribute that to?
I think I put in a lot of work in the off season. I know last year I didn't shoot how I know I can. So just coming in, putting in work, putting in extra shots all the time, make sure I'm in the best shape possible.
And you had kind of a slow start, but picked it up in the fourth. How did that feel?
It was nice. I mean, I haven't played a college basketball game since January, so first half was kind of just getting everything out, getting back on the court, and I mean, it felt great. It was nice.
You kind of mentioned that you guys have a lot of like freshmen trying to get into it. I think we counted there was like 12, 13 players that played total in the game. What is the rotations like going forward?
Yeah, I think in these first few games we're looking at rotation. Same in practice, we're trying to get which group plays better together. What group we need to play for bigs, or we need to play small group when we play quicker teams. I think we're just figuring it out. Same with coaches as the players, figuring out good rotations, who plays good with each other. So I think it's all going to work itself out.
Going into new conference this season, what do you expect out of that and just of the season in general?
Yeah, I think it's exciting. We get to play new competition, new teams. We get to travel to new places. Our fans get to see new teams, different style of play. So we're bringing Pac-12 to the Big 12, and so we're bringing a lot of knowledge, a lot of aggression. Our team's very passionate. We go out there, we try to play aggressive. So I think teams are going to have to adjust to us, and we're going to have to adjust to them as well.
This was your first experience of McKale. How did that feel out there?
When I was recruited, that was the main thing they told me was how the crowd was going to be, and I think it lived up to it. And also coming from a different conference, I mean, different crowd. So, I mean, it was actually really nice to see a lot of people there for just an exhibition game.
Jada, PJ can't be here, but she sent questions. She wondered if you could talk about Brooklyn's impact in the first half, and she came in right away with rebounds, points right away.
Yeah, I think Brooklyn's amazing. She's a sweetheart. She helps our team just be cohesive, and we love on each other, and she's a big part of that. She's a great person, so coming in, we're just excited for her to touch the floor. Last year, she got thrown into the fire, so this year she's more confident, understanding our system, just being comfortable out there, being confident.
Just one more. You had a lot of points from the bench tonight. How did they step up today?
Yeah, I think everyone's coming out wanting to showcase and want more playing time and stuff like that, so everyone's trying to get theirs. I think we have a lot of good players. We're just trying to find good rotations and get everyone's confidence up and see what they're going to contribute.
All right. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, well, I'll start with just saying I'm very happy that we have exhibition games because we have a lot of things to work out. Little things that so we went through like a dry run of everything, and just simple things like that bench etiquette like is important because we have a half new team. Half our team is new. So bench etiquette, but like little things today, because in Europe it's different. Like Katarina didn't know where to check in, so it's good to have a real game because I didn't think about that part. But it's just a lot of things to work on. So I'm glad that I really like exhibition games. We put our uniforms on, there's fans, and we can kind of work through those kinks. So that's off the court. On the court, we have a lot of work to do, but there were some good things that we did. But definitely, we got exploited on a lot of things we have to improve on. So.
So you played most of your roster tonight. Was that the plan going into the
Yeah.
game? Is that going to be a plan going into the season?
There's no team that plays 15 players a game or 14 players a game in the country. You can't win like that. But yeah, like exhibition, non-conference, you want to get people experience. You want to put people in different situations, but it's not realistic to ever say, oh, we can play 14 players. It's not. I think we have a team that likes to play aggressive. And so playing like 10, maybe 11 is good, but that's hard to do in like tight games.
Kind of going off that, you had 34 points coming from the bench. How do you work people off the bench without playing everybody like tonight?
Yeah, so just working in players, like putting a freshman with more experienced players on the floor. But, remember, even our upperclassmen are young. So, like Jada, Brea, Isis, they're sophomores, so they're still learning. So our most experienced player is Isis. She's a fifth year, but Isis has gotten more experience in playing time with us. So she hasn't had a ton of game experience. But she has more experience from being in different programs, but her role is different. Like, she's starting for us. It's the first time probably in her career that she started consistently. So I think there's a lot of work to do. You want to put, like, you don't want to put, like, 5 freshmen out there on the floor, or 4 freshmen and a new player because it's hard to get any chemistry. So, for instance, like, putting Jada and Skylar with Montea, and then Isis and Brea. And then putting Katarina with that group is a lot better. And I think we looked better when we did that at times. But it's funny because to start the game, we were very slow. And that was our starters. And we were getting scored on at will. And then we put in our subs, and they did better. So I think that's just nerves of exhibition and definitely a lot of things to work on, a lot.
Could you maybe elaborate on some of those
Yeah,
things we need to work on?
We're not playing defense right now. And it's not about like going for steals every time. It's position, it's rotation, it's communication. A lot of it's controllables, but I think you communicate at a higher level when you have understanding, and that's repetition. So our transition defense is not good. So it shows me we need a lot more reps, a lot more breakdowns, and we need film to show and have understanding. On-ball defense, that doesn't mean reach and be at a position. That means contain. Someone just drove to the basket 4 times, you pop back a little bit and you contain. You can't always lunge and go for steals and give up layups, and then we're in rotation. So just a lot of stuff like that. We have to be more disciplined. I think sprinting back and not looking for your player in transition. You're not guarding anybody in transition. You got to sprint back and guard the basket. And if we know that they're running to the 3-point line, you have to be a little higher. Like just stuff like that. But there's a list. There's a list of stuff like that. But the positive thing is that's what's fun. It's my job to get us better. So I just want to see every game that we're improving.
Jada started off the game hot. What would you say goes into that confidence to be able to shoot consistently?
So Jada has put in a tremendous amount of work in the offseason. She's completely transformed her body. She's put a lot of work in on her shooting, and it shows. I don't think she was happy with how she shot the ball last year. And I think that she needs to be a solid point guard in our conference. She needs to shoot in the 30s. She can be a 36% three-point shooter. She needs to be. And she's capable of doing that. So she put in the work, and it's showing. And I think she took a couple rushed ones, but she was feeling it. And, we need her to shoot the ball like this. So I think she'll continue to do it because of all the work she's put in. And it shows.
And then for the offense, it seemed like to start both halves, it was an emphasis to go inside. Is that something that you've been preaching or practicing?
Yeah, we have a lot of posts. And we're very post heavy. I think we're a little bit stronger inside than outside. So we definitely have to pound the ball inside. Working Brea into shape, and Brea's put in a lot of work, and she's really strong this year. She's good around the basket, so we need to feed her. I think we fed her really good early, and then we kind of stopped doing it. So we just have to definitely find ways to get her the ball. And I think Isis had some great passes to her. some of it when you're in better shape, you're going to be able to get some balls out of your area, which that'll come. I don't think a lot of us are in game shape yet, which you're not going to be the first game. But these are good games to show the areas you need to improve on, get game film, and be in live situations where it's real. And I think that's what exhibition games are about.
And I know there's been a lot of talk about Jada and her being kind of the more senior person on the team, even though she is so young. How is she kind of going into that role of being kind of more of the leader of the team, even though she is younger?
Yeah, she embraces that role. She loves it. She wants to lead our team. She invites that, and she does the things every day with her consistency and her attitude and who she is, and she's that. Now, teaching her how to lead the right way and teaching her like what to do in certain situations, that's a part of growth, and you don't know that as a sophomore. So, unfortunately, she doesn't have someone else showing her, so she's like learning, and I think that she's gone through the process and she's gotten better in some areas. And so my expectation and standards for her are higher because I know she's capable of that, and she's growing every day in her leadership, and she's getting better in every way, on and off the court. So I'm really proud of her, and I love coaching her.
Paulina kind of had a slow start to the game, but had a really good fourth quarter. She's new to the program, but she has years under her belt. What would you say your thoughts on her game and just going into the season?
I think her settling, we play a completely different style than her previous school, and I think that there's an adjustment period to that. So I think she's had to relearn a whole bunch of things, which isn't easy. But I think once she's settled and you hit one shot, you get more confidence, and then it's easier to hit the second and third shot. But I think she was solid today. You look, she only had 1 turnover. She had 4 steals, 3 assists. She was very steady. Working with her more on communication with the guards. It's not only her, it's the guards. Like when they're switching, communicating how to do that, or just breaking some habits from before, and that's normal. But she's getting better and she's improving, and I think she brings us experience on the perimeter. She's one of our most experienced. She actually is our most experienced guard. So we need that from her.
PJ was able to make it. She asked if you could just talk a little bit about Ja and kind of her first time out there for us today.
Yeah, Ja was good. Now her defense was not great, but she honestly, like, she didn't have to play today. She sprained her ankle the other day or yesterday in practice, like a pretty good sprain. So we knew that she would be, a little bit stiff at times and had to warm up. But I thought she did some good things. I think she missed free throws because she's favoring one ankle. She's a better free throw shooter than that. But I thought Ja gave us great energy. I thought she really gave effort in her 15 minutes, and she got her hands on balls inside. She altered some stuff. I thought she did some good things. I mean, she drew 5 fouls. So if she would have made her free throws, she would have, in 15 minutes, she would have had like 13 points, 12 points. So I think she's good, and she didn't play 100% today. So she's important. She's one of the few post players that we have that can really pressure the ball and press it and guard players on the perimeter. So we really need her to get healthy, and she's an important part of this team.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thank you. Cool. Thanks, you guys.